want to explore an issue that's been a thorn in the side for the resources industry for a while now, it seems, and that's the high Australian dollar, which is hurting those companies that are exporting. Gary, do you see that as being the right move? Was it time for some sort of intervention to try to do something about the dollar?
RBA decisions are for a complex range of reasons, and the RBA will document why it did what it did. But I think that particular decision is good for homeowners, good for small businesses, good for a lot of the mining services businesses that operate. And what puts downward pressure on the dollar is a good thing at the revenue side for our export businesses at this point in the cycle.
Do you think there was a need to do something about the dollar? How much of an impact do you feel it was having?
I'm a person who supports the idea of the RBA making its judgments and the dollar floats according to international markets.
Let's hear it from the guy at the coalface, so to speak. How's the Australian dollar impacted Atlas and its development over the last few years?
Oh, look, it is a challenge, and the fact that there's been a disconnect between the direction of our bulk mineral prices and still maintaining a strong dollar, that in itself has been, I think, damaging to the industry. You would put the control of the dollar into a category of there are some things you can control and there are some things that you can't, in which case, from our point of view, it's really just a case of focusing on the business, ensuring that your costs are globally competitive, and that's the best means by which you're protecting yourself. Again, if you're prepared to take a broader view, you could argue actually that indicates that Australia is going to be okay as a result of the success of growth in Asian economies.
Right, so what you're saying is that, to a degree, a strong dollar should be almost a source of pride for the country and the way the economy's faring?
Pride, or probably more to the point, just that we can be optimistic that there is going to be continued growth in China, and as a result, Australia will benefit for quite some years to come.
Reg, do you get a sense from any of your members that that companies have been actively out there positioning themselves financially through different sort of options and so on to try to minimise the impact of the dollar? Are companies wading into that space?
Well, the dollar's been high now for a number of years, and over the last 2 to 3 it's been relatively high. 2009 it went down. Prior to that it was almost back up. It was in the mid-90s. Members are certainly managing the issue, there's no doubt about it. Would they prefer a lower dollar? Yes. All things being equal, and of course all things aren't being equal. There is a flip side, and the flip side is the imports that often come into the country, particularly around construction, around machinery, around equipment. And with a higher dollar, of course, that's been relatively cheaper. Fuel, we import a lot of fuel, so it's a complex equation.
Mm-hmm.
It's also fair to say that our strong dollar is a reflection of weaker currencies around the world.
So if we do see the dollar start to ease, as you say, in the future, is that likely to be a reason to be concerned about the direction the economy's heading?
No, these things all have balancing consequences. You shouldn't be in a world of the dollar's high, therefore we're ruined, or the dollar's low, therefore we're ruined. In the course of major projects, the life of Atlas, we've seen the dollar go from low 60s through to over $1.07, I think, at its peak. And yet Atlas grows and gets stronger and stronger, and its export volumes get stronger and stronger.
While we're on the issue of currency, recent development was the direct convertibility between the Australian dollar and the Chinese RMB. Where do you see that affecting the resource industry? How do you see the resource industry benefiting from that move?
It's a demonstration of the closeness and the harmony between our economies. That's a positive thing for our exports, and it's a positive thing for our future. The way that currencies have worked post-World War II has seen strengths in different currencies. Generally, we see China as critical to that. This move's therefore a pragmatic, practical, good move.
Just quickly want to get Ken's view on that. In a few words, how do you see the RMB convertibility playing out the resources space?
Oh, it's absolutely a step in the right direction, and it points towards the significance of the trading relationship between Australia and China. So a positive step. Direct market impacts today doesn't really have much impact, but again, it's just one step in many that would open up over time, we hope, the Chinese economy.
A step in the right direction for the sound of things. Thanks very much.